everyone, my name is Webweaver, and welcome back to another episode of It's Look Who It Is. So I was doing a little scroll through the backlog, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a Yumiko run, because I was looking through and I was like, what are the two characters that we haven't played in a while? The answer is Yumiko and Kairi. Now, we played Kairi on the live stream, though, so Kairi is still on cooldown a little bit. Every time you play a character, they go on cooldown. They're limited use resources. And Yumiko's been off cooldown. She's been off CD for a while. And so let's just go ahead and see what we can do. So I think I'm gonna want some money here. I have kind of an idea of what I want to do. The problem with Yumiko is that she's terrible. She's awful. She's horrible. She's really bad. And I guess I'll give myself a little Athiolazeth as a treat, just to kind of make things a little bit better. She starts with 5 in every stat, and that's 4 for us because we're on Harbinger of Doom. So if it were up to me, she would start with 6 or 7 of every stat, so she would actually be more viable, but she would still probably be pretty mediocre. But at least if she started with 6 of every stat, that would make her be able to play normally on normal mode, but alas. Or, you know, if she had access to any stat increasing skills, like, whatchamacallit, the Yashiro Alone skill? I don't remember what it's called. I'm just thinking of the Myth and Roid song Tough and Alone for, like, no reason. But, if she had access to any sort of, like, external stat increases, like Juri's perks or Yashiro's perks, then she would be a lot more viable, because she has that dog in her, in the sense of she is able to potentially snowball her stats if she were able to, you know, snowball her stats, because she has a decent baseline across the board. You can go with any build that you want. The problem, though, is that luck is really the only stat that you can abuse on Yumiko, because it starts at, like, 8 or whatever, right? Because it's 6, and then plus 2. And so you can get it to 10 with lucky earrings, but that's kind of niche, right? I think you should do that if you can. Wrong order, by the way. Fair enough. I think you should do it if you can, but I'm a little, like... The thing about Yumiko is that her early game is bad, her mid game is bad, and her late game is bad. Now, having a bad late game doesn't really matter unless you've got, like, a boss that you need to kill, because the hardest part of the game is the early game. At least that's my opinion. That might be a little controversial. But the early game is when you have, like, all of your resources to use, but you have the least, like, stats, the least combat capabilities. The problem that makes Yumiko bad is that she's always got bad combat, and she's always got bad, stats. Because of this baseline. The concussion doesn't matter. I genuinely think the concussion is completely irrelevant, unless you get, like, -3 knowledge somehow and die immediately, in which case the concussion would be relevant. But I think that's a highly niche case, like a highly niche scenario. So, I mean, we gotta go to the forest anyways, twice for bulletins, so we might as well do it like this now. And I think we're gonna start with the dog store. What I really, really want is a compass. Now, I will take a camera. And honestly, I'm thinking we go full build here right at the beginning. That sucks. That's pretty bad. A map is kind of interesting, but who needs a map? I want a compass. I know I'm kind of forcing it. I know I'm kind of brute forcing it. 19% Doom. But the thing is, one of the things that's kind of nice about Yumiko is that she doesn't need a weapon. She starts with a decent weapon. I think it could be better. I think if you wanted to make Yumiko more powerful... Hello, little doggy. What are you barking about? If you wanted to make Yumiko overpowered, you would give this weapon dual scaling with strength and luck, and then she'd be OP. Hello, hi. There's no reason to bark. It's just, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know, but she's animated. She's crazy. Hello, hi. We're gonna we're gonna grab the dog, and then we're gonna pick up the dog. And now we have the dog. And instead of looking out the window, she is now looking into Windows 10. She is now looking at the lucky bat. And she is here for it. If you wanted to make Yumiko OP, you'd give the weapon dual strength luck scaling. That would make her really good. I'm pretty sure that would make her, like, a lot more viable just by that change alone. But if you wanted to make her more viable, or at least more, like, niche than she already is, give the weapon luck scaling just by default and no strength scaling. I think that would be better at least, because then sometimes you can get, like, 10 or 12 luck really quickly, depending on if you get, like, outdoorsman, and then, like, +1 luck, and then lucky earrings. Like, that would get you to 12 luck. That's pretty OP. Well, not really, but, you know, it would be better than what she has right now. The fact that it's stuck on strength alone is really, really, really bad. You know, if this were League of Legends, people would be calling for a Yumiko rework. And she's, like, worse than Skarner. Skarner was at least functional, but you can make Yumiko work with her current kit if you just, like, you know, tweaked her to make her a little bit more viable with the current situation. Oh, it's doomed anyways. Funny moment. Me and take a picture to analyze later, Rutsu. You'll love to see it. Now, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. I think Yumiko is bad. Is she the worst character in the game? Probably. Because she has the least going for her. Like, all the characters in the game have some sort of unique thing going for them. Like, Yumiko is legitimately one of the few characters who has the ability to scale luck. But the problem with that is, what do you do with luck? Basically nothing at all. Like, luck checks are really good, don't get me wrong, but there's not that many of them, and they're not that, like, if there was a luck check, like, if luck was one of the most used stats in the game, Yumiko would be really good, right? Because she has the ability to scale her luck faster than anybody else. The problem is that luck is not that used in the game, right? Some stats are used less than others, those being perception and luck, and charisma to an extent, right? But charisma has lighthouse rights, and perception has basically nothing going on for it except for weapons, but really the only good perception option is Moriko. It's weird, alright? But the thing is, luck is probably the least used stat. It's not in the lighthouse, it's got no weapons. So, there's not really... I don't remember how many events. I don't really know how many events. But I don't think it has, like, the most events, if that makes sense. Like, I'm pretty sure it was, like, strength, dex, and knowledge having the most events in the game. And then, like, perception and charisma. No, it was, like, knowledge and perception, right? With, like, strength, dexterity in second, and then charisma in third. I don't know how many luck checks there are. The important part of what we're talking about here, though, is that, like, there's not enough to do with luck. There's not enough obvious things to do with luck. Luck doesn't do enough. Like, what if luck gave you, like, every 4 points of luck, you got, like, a percentage chance not to take damage during something that is like a regular event, right? Like, let's say you have to take guaranteed damage because of that thing we just did where we took, like, -2 stamina damage in the hospital and there was no avoiding it. What if for every 4 points of luck, or what if every point of luck was a percentage point that you don't take damage at, like, those things, or maybe just events in general? I don't know. If luck was something that the game utilized, Yumiko would be more viable than she is. But I think right now, she's in a very bad spot. And I was looking forward to the balancing patch, because if you try to make Yumiko better, like, I'll be there no matter what, but... And you're also not Riot Games, so you're just not going to tweak things by 0.5 values for over a course of several months, gradually buffing or nerfing something into an above 57% win rate because you have no idea what you're doing. Uh-oh, Skarner has 7,000 health and he can do half of the ADC's damage in one auto attack. Oh no, oh god, what are we gonna do? No! Anyways, They really did mess up Skarner. Like, he was good, but his Q was, like, non-functional and horrible. And then it's like, okay, guys, we fixed the Q. The Q now functions as a normal ability now, and it's faster paced, too. And it's like, woo, yippee! And it's like, everybody loves it. Like, Skarner's Q is a good ability now. That's awesome. It's usable. And then they also just increased all of his health scaling with damage. And it's like, or all of his damage scaling with health by, like, a shit ton. And he's still, like, Skarner was good when he came out. People just didn't know how to play him. Alright. Skarner was good when he came out. It's just the people didn't know how to play him, and his Q was janky as hell, so it had, like, a learning curve, but it didn't feel like a good learning curve, you know? Like, other champions, they have, like, fun learning curves and, like, skill ceilings and skill floors that feel good. Skarner's skill floor felt like, hey, you have a... When do you pull a rock out of the ground? Like, it just felt terrible. It just felt terrible. The fact that it didn't give you anything for pulling the rock out of the ground, like, it didn't give you, like, damage reduction or, like, tank stats when you pulled the rock out of the... Or when you were pulling the rock out of the ground, it just felt horrible. Now the Q feels a little bit better to use. And he's completely overpowered because now the Q is really easy to use and is much more versatile than it used to be. And so, like, he's really OP. He's really strong right now. And they were like, well, people are struggling with Skarner, so we might as well make him even stronger. And then he had, like, a 57% win rate. And then they had to immediately, like, do a mid-patch hotfix to nerf Skarner. It was so funny. Anyways, what are we doing here? Fear Festival, Violent Vigil, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't see why not, right? Like, this is doomed. We don't want to go to the Fear Festival, but we can go to the Violent Vigil. We saw our doomed locations at the start, right? So this is just going to be 1% doom increase? Yeah. Like, it's all about what the meta or what the game decides is good, right? Like, I think that... ultimately the problem... Ow, clap, clap, clap. Ultimately the problem with how this game is balanced, right, is that it is a patchwork of other ideas to the point where you have, like, a idea for how something would work, right? I mean, this takes him down to 9, but, like... I mean, you kind of hate that, though. Like, you do kind of hate that. What about dodge, huh? What about dodge, yeah? Yeah, what if we just did a 40% of 65? I mean, what do you want me to do here? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I almost want to hit skin removal. That doesn't even guarantee the... Actually, that does guarantee the kill. That's fine. Thank you, Ath for this kind donation. So this is our first enemy, right? I would have remembered fighting something. Because fighting anything is going to be really, really bad for us. For a long time. And by a long time, I mean the entire game. But, like, this game, it is a very, like, patchwork system. There's only, like, one human enemy here, and I don't care, so that's fine. Like... This game is a very patchwork system for how, like, it was designed and what's relevant. And you'll see throughout the game's development... I think we can take the flashlight away, just for now. That throughout the game's development, you can kind of see, like, what was prioritized where. Like, these things were made on one patch, and then this thing was neglected, and then later on... this aspect of the game was updated in a different patch, which is totally, like, fine and normal for, I think we can just skip the fights. I don't really want to go through them. Although they are easy fights, don't get me wrong. It's just we're not in a position where they would be easy fights, if that makes sense. But, like, the thing is, right now, World of Horror... luck just kind of feels like, here's the thing. It feels like some aspects of this game are underutilized, and I feel like that, oh my god, it's the human enemy himself? No way. And I feel like luck is one of those things where, like, luck just kind of feels bad, you know? I think we can throw the Kurakosa Mask here just to kind of guarantee that it goes through. +1 knowledge sounds pretty cool, and we're gonna do a little sacrificing the guests. Rutsu, Yumiko would do anything for her granduncle. They were besties. Taught her how to play baseball. Taught her how to bash skulls in. Dodge combat action chance increased by 10%. Yo. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, the thing is, it's like we're level 2, and we got 1 stat point that we can actually visually see, because you can't visually see luck, right? Like, you don't... You can't visually see luck as, like, a stat. I guess we go... I almost want to take the Doom and Fear Festival, yeah. I think that's probably preferable because we don't have roads closed yet, so we're just taking a little bit of a beating instead of a lot of a beating. But, like, Yumiko seems like... That's the thing, right? Is Yumiko seems like she was designed for a different game. We're on 7th Curse. I almost clicked that button. I was like, ooh, +2 strength. Yumiko could get a lot of value out of Iwa. I think we run away from this guy. I'll be real with you. Is this our second enemy? Let me just check. Oh, no, it was cult member. It was cult member. It's Billy Mays. We're gonna need to remember Billy Mays because it's like, we're kind of in hell. I don't know if you noticed. Someone is watching you from behind a tree. So real. So real, so true, bestie. We just want to skip as much time as possible. Yeah, I know, 63% Doom Rutsu. Oh, shit. We have a flashlight, but we can't access our inventory. Ryoko, you have no idea. We got Iwa and Ryoko in the lineup? Oh my god, I would have taken both of them in a heartbeat, bro. You gotta be kidding me. Now we gotta go through the freaking forest gauntlet here. I'll trip on a goddamn branch, you son of a bitch. I mean, honestly, like... we're not feeling too hot about this one. This is one of the few fights that we can actually win, if you can believe it. Like, I'm actually feeling kind of good about this. You do indeed love to see it. We didn't have to dodge there. We're gonna go up to 68% Doom. A little bit nervous. We gotta... It's a luck check. What do you want me to do? If we fail the luck check, we're, like, gonna lose the game. But it's a luck check, so you gotta do it. We rolled a 10, and we had 10 luck. Luck is also really weird because you can't see it on your character. I think that's so weird. I think that's such a weird design decision. Because it's like, luck doesn't function differently than any other stat. It's the same as all the other stats in the game. So it's like, why is it hidden? Like, I get it that it's like, your luck. Like, no, hell no, get me out of here. You're crazy if you think I'm gonna do 6 damage per turn there. No way in hell. We're just gonna have to roll on the goddamn, whatchamacallit, as much as possible here. It's time for Morbid Mermaids, and we're gonna have to hit up the monument a couple of times. Unfortunately, but I think that's probably fine. I hope that in the update that we're able to see how a you gotta love luck. I hope we're able I hope in oh, you know what's also so weird is she has synergy with dodge, which is a dexterity action. It's like, make up your mind. Like, that's the thing that's so annoying about it, is it's like, she has such a weird kit for no reason, you know? We can't rest. We just gotta go. We can't rest. We have Haunting Dreams. That's gonna have to carry us out of here. Oh, 3 to all, huh? Big man. We can brace to get a bonus attack in. But I don't think we can kill with Desperation. We're gonna have to dodge no matter what, right? We're gonna have to dodge, so we might as well do it like this. Because let me look at the Desperation here. Oh, we could do a camera flash, which doesn't really do anything because it's got 8 power. So this is gonna do 8, and then this is gonna do... I mean, that would kill. Wait, can we guarantee this? No, we can't. You gotta do it. You gotta do it anyways. You gotta do it anyways. We gotta... If we get into a fight, we gotta dodge. It's true. Thank God for that. Get me out of this hellhole mystery. I need that haunting dreams, bro. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Brace for impact. I almost want to use the flash action. Blind the enemy goes down a power level. We might dodge. This is kind of weird. This is super defensive. But it does buy us a turn. This is so weird. So here's the thing, right? We desperation. We are not able to kill because that's just gonna do 20 damage. So we'd have to throw something. I mean, it's a little bit weird. But it worked, kinda. Notice his face? Nah, get me out of here, bro. Get me out of here. We're feeling pretty good after that. Haunting Dreams is definitely gonna be a win con, if there is one. Abnormal arms, I mean... it is abnormal arms time. And I think you gotta go get the burn taken care of, which is a little bit bad. You're not a big fan of that, but Discharge Summary is pretty cool. We're gonna level up before the boss. Now, oh god. Oh god, I don't know, like, I can't do I can't do anecdotes. Because it's like, this is gaming. This is a luck check. +1 stamina. I mean, what we're gonna need is luck. That's true and real. We're not even gonna get to 8 strength. That's the saddest thing about this. Go ahead and take the painkillers, and then grab these 2 items, because they're at least relevant. And we're gonna hope to God we do not have to go to the monument, but we get Vital Clued once, and it's like... Or if we get an enemy that we really, really don't want to fight. 3 damage there. 4 damage here. Ugh. Alright, we're going back to the monument. You can take whatever you want. That's not what I wanted you to take, admittedly. Out of all the things that you could have taken, that's the one that I want you to take the least. And there it is. It's Look Who It Is. We had to do that. We had to do that. We get one the problem is see the vision, okay? You need to see the vision here, which is we are in a situation where none of our stats are going to hit 8, and we are at 80% doom. We are on the final mystery. We could get Vital Clued at any time. We do remember our seconds, so we're not going to get memed on by that 10% doom, but we're not going to kill the boss fast enough if there is a homie in the lighthouse. And then, what are we going to do about the fact that we could realistically take 9-6, well, 9-5, but, like, still. That doesn't make it better, right? You have to go to the monument, you have to give it the price that it wants. The fact that you immediately die, that's just how the game goes. That was the correct play, I stand by that 100%. But you know what else? You know what else I stand by? Flying, fighting. Halucha. Flying dragon. I don't know, is that just like Dragonite? I feel like it's just Dragonite, right? Or like Flygon? Evolved by Friendship Flying. That kind of sucks. I'm not gonna get Evolved by Friendship Middle Evolution. Togetic? Yeah, okay. Alola Evolved by Friendship. It's Jover. Middle Evolution Fighting. We can do... What would be a fun one? Because we could do, like, Machoke or whatever it's called, but what would be a fun one? What would be a fun middle evolution flying type? I'll come back to you on that one. Alola fighting. That would be... I feel like I know what it is, but, like, I'm drawing a blank right now. Dragon flying, that's just Dragonite. That's just Dragonite. Dragon middle evolution, we can do Sheldon? Shelgon? Young Shelgon? No way. Dragon Alola. I'm completely clueless. I don't know anything about Alola, for the most part. Oh, wait. Is it the egg? Is it this one? Is this a dragon? Why do I think this is a dragon? Chat, it's a dragon. We're so back. I was thinking to myself, like, it has to... Like, the only ones that I know are the Alola variants. Fighting, middle evolution. I mean, that one's easy. We can come back to that anytime we want. Alola fighting. Alola's not the one with Litten, right? Not Pyroar. Incineroar? Is this a fire dark or a fire fighting? It does a lot of, like... It's a wrestler. It's a fighting type. Shit. Okay. Middle evolution fighting. I really am just kind of like, oh yeah, just type Machoke, bro. Medicham is psychic fighting, but that's only 2 evolutions. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee are like dual evolutions from that one. There's also Hitmontop, but that's not a middle evolution. I'm actually curious to see what the valid answers are. Because I mean, I'm just gonna go Machoke. I'm sorry, I'm basic. I'm sorry, I'm basic. Evolved by friendship flying. Isn't there like some bird, this thing? Cutie fly? I don't know. No, alright. That's not evolved by friendship. How about being friends with a Cosmog? How about being friends with a Cosmog? You ever think about that? No? Okay. Oh, Togetic was the correct option. Pikachu is evolved by friendship? What the hell? Crabrawler? I did know that. Buzzwole? That also makes sense. I don't know what a Beware? I didn't know that was from Sun and Moon. And then the Cockroach is fighting? I didn't know that. I also didn't know what a Marshadow was fighting. But yeah, Crabrawler. I probably could have gotten that one if I thought about it decently enough. And then a Drampa. A Drampa? Is that the dragon? Oh, it's Necrozma Ultima. Zygarde is a dragon? What are these things evolved by friendship? Persian Alola and Silvally. And then Togetic, Pikachu, Jigglypuff, and Clefairy, and Marill are all evolved by... Roselia is evolved by friendship? What the hell? Crobat. Crobat. True! I always forget about Crobat. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye.